Guys, something may have slipped out. A rumor has been gaining traction over the last few days, and it involves the highly anticipated arrival of the mysterious businessman Hudson, the newly debuted surgeon Tristan Roberts, and the charming but always in trouble Ethan Lovett. I wasn't expecting this detail to surface so soon, but an unconfirmed piece of behind-the-scenes information suggests that a massive, bloody ambush is about to shake Port Charles to its core. This isn't just a random mugging. It is a meticulously calculated strike designed to silence someone before they can expose a dark truth. A secret has just been revealed in the Whisper networks, something that someone in power is desperately trying to keep hidden from the viewers until the very last second. If you ask me, the writers are setting up a collision course that will completely redefine the power dynamics at General Hospital, turning trusted heroes into hidden villains. Everyone assumes that when Hudson finally steps foot in Port Charles on July 30th, he will slowly weave his web of corporate espionage, perhaps looking for Delilah Wilson or investigating the mystery of Phoebe's paternity. Most viewers believe that Ethan Lovett, who has already been seen fleeing from a mysterious figure from his past, is simply going to get caught by a random thug from his previous gambling debts or con games. The obvious explanation seems to be that Ethan's bad luck has finally run out, leaving him bleeding in an alleyway just as the new billionaire arrives in town. Everyone also assumes that Dr. Tristan Roberts is exactly what he appears to be, a cocky, arrogant, but incredibly talented new surgeon who is only here to clash with Britt Westbourne and cause some romantic friction in the doctor's lounge. That is the narrative being pushed on the surface, the easy story that the network wants us to digest. What if that wasn't the real reason? What if we're looking at this the wrong way? Let's build a different narrative, one that is quietly circulating among the insider buzz. Imagine this. Ethan Lovett, with his knack for uncovering things he shouldn't, has stumbled upon a massive international crime syndicate. He has connected the dots and realized that the elusive Hudson is the head of this dangerous snake. Ethan prepares to take this information to Anna Devane, Lulu Spencer, or even Ava Jerome. But right before Hudson's private jet even touches down in Port Charles, Ethan is brutally ambushed and left clinging to life. The timing is absolutely flawless. When the PCPD, led by a highly suspicious Anna, starts looking into Hudson, he will have the perfect ironclad alibi. How could Hudson have ordered the hit if he wasn't even in the state? How could he be the mastermind when he acts completely shocked by the violence upon his arrival? Something about this feels hidden. The timing is too perfect, too convenient for a man like Hudson. By having Ethan neutralized before his arrival, Hudson walks into the Metro Court smelling like a rose. He can even offer his vast resources to the PCPD to help find the cowardly attacker, playing the role of the concerned billionaire to perfection. This brilliant misdirection completely clears him of any suspicion from Lulu and Ava, who might have otherwise been wary of his intentions given Ethan's warning. The police will look everywhere else, chasing ghosts and old grudges, completely missing the puppet master standing right in front of them. But there may be more going on here. If Hudson didn't pull the trigger himself, and he didn't use his usual known associates, who did he use? This is where the rumor mill takes a terrifying turn, pointing a bloody finger directly at the pristine, sterile halls of General Hospital. What if Hudson's most dangerous weapon isn't a mob enforcer with a gun, but a brilliant surgeon with a scalpel? The insider buzz strongly suggests that Dr. Tristan Roberts has been secretly working for Hudson for years. Tristan's arrival in Port Charles, perfectly timed with the 16,000th episode, was not a coincidence. He wasn't just hired to fill a vacancy on the surgical staff. He was planted there by Hudson to control the narrative from the inside. Tristan's job isn't always to kill people outright. His primary directive is to eliminate anyone who threatens to expose Hudson's secrets. And what better cover for an international assassin than a life-saving doctor? Tristan can walk through police barricades, access secure areas, and handle lethal chemicals without anyone batting an eye. Let's dive deeper into this behind-the-scenes possibility. After Ethan is ambushed and left for dead, he is rushed to the emergency room at General Hospital. The trauma team scrambles, The monitors blare, and who happens to be on call? Doctor Tristan Roberts. Tristan steps into the operating room, the bright surgical lights reflecting off his mask, and he saves Ethan's life. Yes, he saves him. By pulling Ethan back from the brink of death, Tristan instantly becomes the hero of Port Charles. Ava, Lulu, and the rest of the town will praise him for his miraculous surgical skills. But this is the ultimate Trojan horse maneuver. By saving Ethan, Tristan gains absolute, unquestioned control over Ethan's recovery process. He becomes the gatekeeper to the only man who knows Hudson's true identity. I keep wondering whether Tristan actually enjoys this twisted game. As Ethan lies in the intensive care unit, vulnerable and hooked up to life support monitors, Tristan is the one prescribing his medication. Tristan is the one checking his vitals and writing his charts. If Ethan wakes up and tries to tell Lulu or Anna the truth about Hudson, Tristan can simply adjust a dosage, induce a temporary coma, or claim that Ethan is suffering from severe brain trauma and hallucinations. Tristan can silence Ethan without ever leaving a fingerprint, using the very medical charting system meant to heal him. It is a terrifyingly brilliant strategy that allows Hudson to operate in plain sight while his top operative manages the fallout from within the hospital walls. The PCPD will never suspect the doctor who spent 12 hours in surgery saving the victim's life. We need to look at how deep this connection goes, because there are multiple ways this dynamic could play out on screen. That's one possibility, but let's explore a few different scenarios to see how the writers might frame this dynamic. Scenario number 1. Tristan is a blackmailed pawn. Perhaps Tristan made a fatal medical error years ago, something that would not only cost him his medical license, but put him in federal prison for manslaughter. Hudson, with his vast intelligence network, found the evidence and bought Tristan's loyalty. In this scenario, Tristan hates what he is forced to do. Every time he has to silence someone like Ethan, it eats away at his soul. He clashes with Britt Westbourne, not out of sheer arrogance, but because he is deeply stressed and terrified that a brilliant, observant doctor like Britt will look too closely at his patient files and discover his lethal discrepancies. But another theory is far more sinister and changes Tristan's character entirely. Scenario number 2. Tristan is a fanatic loyalist. What if Tristan was actually raised within Hudson's international crime syndicate? Imagine a young, brilliant mind groomed by Hudson himself, sent to the best medical schools in the world with dirty money, specifically to become the syndicate's ultimate inside man. In this version, Tristan feels no remorse whatsoever. He views his surgical skills and his assassination duties as two sides of the same coin. He genuinely believes in Hudson's vision. When he saves Ethan's life, only to keep him trapped in a medically induced nightmare, Tristan views it as a masterpiece of biological control. This would make him one of the most cold-blooded, calculating villains General Hospital has seen in a long time, hiding his sociopathy behind a charming smile. Let's pivot to a third, equally compelling speculation. Scenario number 3. Tristan and Hudson are equal partners in a much larger, darker conspiracy. What if Hudson's arrival in Port Charles isn't just about finding Delilah or Phoebe? What if they are using General Hospital as a front for illegal, highly lucrative underground medical research or black market organ trafficking? Tristan needs Hudson's endless billions to fund his twisted, unethical medical experiments, and Hudson needs Tristan's genius to execute them and cover their tracks. Ethan Lovett may have discovered a shipping manifest, a hidden laboratory record, or a discrepancy in the hospital's donor registry. In this scenario, Tristan didn't just attack Ethan to protect Hudson. He attacked Ethan to protect his own horrific life's work, making him just as dangerous as the billionaire he works with. All of these scenarios completely change the way we view the hospital staff, but we have to talk about the absolute darkest rumor floating around the production circles. This is the most dangerous possibility, the one that will leave viewers completely haunted long after the credits roll. It involves the chilling realization of how much power a doctor holds over a helpless patient and how easily trust can be weaponized. We are talking about a scene that is allegedly being filmed in extreme secrecy, meant to be the ultimate cliffhanger for the summer sweeps. It is a moment that strips away all the heroic illusions and reveals the pure, unadulterated malice hiding in plain sight. Picture this. The hospital is quiet, the late night shift settling into a lull. The lights in the ICU are dimmed to a soft, sterile glow. Ethan Lovett is lying in his hospital bed, heavily bandaged, a breathing tube taped to his mouth, barely clinging to life, but finally stabilizing. The monitors are beeping rhythmically, a digital heartbeat echoing in the silence. The heavy wooden door slowly opens, and Dr. Tristan Roberts steps inside. His face is completely devoid of the charming, arrogant smile he wears in the hallways when flirting with the nurses or arguing with Britt. He checks the hallway to ensure no one is watching, closes the blinds tightly, and pulls out a secure, untraceable burner phone from his pristine white lab coat. He dials a number. On the other end of the line, we see Hudson, sitting in a luxurious, dimly lit suite at the Metro Court, swirling a glass of expensive bourbon. Tristan looks down at the helpless, unconscious Ethan and speaks softly into the phone. Tristan's voice is cold, clinical, and completely devoid of empathy as he delivers the status report to his boss. The surgery was a complete success, Tristan whispers, his eyes tracing the steady rhythm of Ethan's heart monitor with a predatory gleam. He survived the trauma, but don't worry. Ethan won't be able to reveal anything, at least for now. On the other side of town, Hudson takes a slow sip of his bourbon, a chilling, satisfied smile spreading across his face as he looks out over the Port Charles skyline. He simply hangs up the phone without saying a single word. This haunting moment confirms that the most trusted, celebrated new hero in Port Charles is actually the deadliest piece on Hudson's chessboard. This unconfirmed information completely flips the script on everything we thought we knew about the new arrivals. If this plays out, every single interaction Tristan has with Britt, Anna, or Lulu will be dripping with dramatic irony. Every time he holds a scalpel, we will wonder if he is there to heal or to silence. But of course, this is all just speculation and insider buzz. Will Hudson truly use Tristan to keep Ethan trapped in a silent prison of his own body? Will Ethan somehow find a way to wake up and communicate the truth before Tristan administers a final fatal dose? Or is there another twist waiting in the wings that we haven't even considered yet? We cannot confirm exactly how the writers will execute this, and the truth remains locked behind the closed doors of the studio. It might be true, it might be a clever misdirection, but one thing is absolutely certain. There is a massive dark secret hiding in plain sight at General Hospital, and the fallout will be devastating for everyone involved. Keep your eyes peeled, because the real danger isn't lurking in the dark alleys. It's wearing a white coat and a stethoscope.
Goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the GH Spoilers Daily channel.